Hey, hello everyone, and welcome to day 4 of 30 of the 30-day challenge. And on this day, I wanted to talk a little bit about social media and some of the polarization that we're seeing right now. And it was interesting. I was on Facebook looking at different things, and you'll have people. It's gotten better, but people will still share articles from sites that kind of fit their particular flavor. And my wife and I were talking about it, and I said, one of the things that I see that's really contributed to the polarization is, I guess, the unrestricted conversations and behaviors and courtesies that we fail to exhibit on social media. And I think, we were talking about what do you think the quickest way would be to get polarization to go down in this country? And it's like shut off social media and get rid of the infotainers. And what I mean by infotainment is a lot of folks tune into these morning news shows uh, or these different what we would call as pundits, but really what they're not journalists. And I think people have missed out what that determination is, right? So a journalist actually goes to school. A lot of them get degrees in journalism, and they're held to a certain ethical standard that says that they can't share something if it's not true, or if it's not supposed to be fact checked. Now, in today's 24-hour news cycle, everything moves really, really fast, and so a lot of times you'll see that organizations will try to be the first to report. So you can actually see a news cycle. Let's say something really bad happens, and you'll get the very first person saying, "Yeah, there's a shooting here," and then it'll say 300 people were shot. Then keep watching, and it says 200 people were shot, 197 people were shot. But as the time progresses, right? Because it's literally somebody just there going, "Hey, we heard this thing that's going on, and what do you hear?" Because they want to be the first. And then in a mix of that, you also have the infotainers that come out, and infotainers are people that are not journalists, and I don't think people realize that. They go on their favorite network show and they listen to these people speak. Even like I love Jon Stewart, right? But Jon Stewart's not a journalist. And they can put things together and they can put certain ways that we see things. Sean Hannity's, these guys, none of these people are actual journalists. These are just infotainers. Their job is to create ratings in a way that they can bring as much information or something to light that gets people riled up so that they'll watch and keep watching. Gone are the days, and I date myself here, but gone are the days where people didn't see the news during the day. They sat down at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night, and they got their evening news. And most of that news had been fact checked by the time you heard it. And so that's one of the things that we have to just kind of watch today is we're letting all these things polarize us, and they're not necessarily true. And so at the same time, it's like take a break. I had a friend of mine come up recently, and he was talking about how stressed he was about the world, right? The state of the world and how bad it's getting, and all these different things. And I said, well, how much TV do you watch? How much social media are you on? How much Twitter are you on? And he was, it was like all of us, we want to be informed, so we're super in on it. And then what ended up happening was I said, okay, I want you to take like a week, right? Just take a week, shut it all down. No Twitter, no social media, no Instagram, no Snapchat. Uh, if you can help it, not even hell, like radio, listen to music, right? And then turn from those sources and look out your front door and go and talk to people, right? So, we right now there's a big immigration problem, and people go those people, right? And then we hear and we listen to our different pundits on both sides, and we get outraged. And I'm like, shut all that off. And if you really want to know about the immigration problem, go talk to some immigrants. Go talk to some of these areas. Go talk to some of these Christian organizations that are helping these people. Go hear their stories, not just what you want to hear. Because if you're just hearing what you want to hear, then you're really not trying to be informed on either side, right? And so, what I would tell you guys, and that's kind of the final message today, because I want to keep this under 5, is take the time to shut all that stuff down. You'll find out real quick if you're addicted because you'll see how quickly you want to log back into it, right? If you get that feeling like you just got to look or you're going to miss out on something, that's an addiction, all right? Shut that down for a week. Get out of your house, get out from behind your phone, get out from behind your computer, and go talk to people. And then look at the world again. And then see how that goes. So that's my day 4. We'll talk to you tomorrow, day 5. My wife mentioned some comment. I'm going to poke over somewhere. Something about ringing a bell and subscribing. So whatever that is, if there's a bell down there, hit the bell, subscribe if you want. And then also throw some questions down there. I like answering questions. So if you can think of a question and you just want like Toby's take on it, throw it up underneath there and I will try to put it in a video. All right, thanks.